live from the parking lot of Home Depot in beautiful, well, somewhere in Sacramento. There's the rental. Look at the, can I zoom in? I can't zoom in. Oh, there. Look at all of that stuff. Ooh, wouldn't that be fun to dig and drill and scrape and all of that. I don't know. Now, can I get this? Oh, I don't know if I can get that back. Anyway, sorry we're late. Constance has just gone into Home Depot to do stuff like they would like to do on this old house. Because of the rain and because our car is so full of rust holes and it leaks, she's getting a tarp of some kind for us to cover the car with. But anyway, you don't need to know all that stuff. That's boring stuff. But hopefully, thank you. We're just a little late today. It's a rare Wednesday shopping trip. Yesterday I talked about the new year and the idea about magic mottos and taking responsibility for your own oath, your own initiatory oath yesterday, and it was a fun thing. At least it was for me. Today, at the beginning of the new year, when everybody's thinking about New Year's resolutions and I'm going to stop this or stop that, or I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to start walking, or and all of that, and we know that most of that falls by the wayside about January 4th. But I thought at the beginning of the year, when we have no idea of what lay ahead, and all over the world, everybody is facing the same potentially dramatic turn of events, that it would be healthy to start the year off by wiping your own slate clean and just forgiving yourself. And and I've talked about this before, but anyway, in one of the letters. Now I guess I'll have to forgive. Oh, I hope we're still on. It sort of blanked out on me there. If I'm still on, can somebody leave me a message to confirm? There, I guess I'm still on. Okay, I'll forgive myself for this obscene herm that I made for the book Ask Babalon. I've got a lot of my little cartoons in it. But one of the letters concerned addiction and forgiveness. Here's the letter. I really enjoyed reading your autobiography. You've led and are leading a very extraordinary life. Within that life, you have overcome many obstacles. I have an obstacle in my way that has hounded me for my entire life. I'm a sex addict. I know that you have no problems with sex on any moral ground. It isn't about morality. It's about me being controlled by something that doesn't make me happy. Depression, drugs, and alcohol have been a constant in my life for nearly 18 years. And now it would be great if you could maybe point me towards some help. What are your views on addiction? Dear name withheld, I'm glad you enjoyed my Life of the Spirits and have taken the time to write me. Let me begin by saying that I am profoundly unqualified to offer any advice to anyone on issues of health or psychology. And that would be good for you to always remember too, okay? If I were to offer any suggestion, it would be what I'm sure you've heard 1,000 times before, that is, to seek the counsel of a licensed professional. I, too, struggle every day with a variety of issues that I handle with uneven levels of success. If I've accomplished anything, it's been the partial ability to accept myself as I am, from day to day, second to second. I recently found myself riding in a car with 3 other authors, professional writers who are far more celebrated and successful than myself, I assure you, who were sharing their feelings. They were in the front seat and I was in the back seat. They were sharing their feelings of guilt concerning their bad behavior and what they considered their weaknesses, character flaws, addictions, etc. As I listened, I thought to myself how my weaknesses, character flaws, addictions, etc., were far more serious than theirs. But I wasn't struggling with any of the guilt. For a moment, I started to feel guilty that I wasn't feeling guilty. But then I realized there was no guilt. When there was a break in their chatter, I told them in a goofy, dramatic voice, "I've learned to forgive myself." Make that a GIF. I've learned to forgive myself. It's true. I've learned to forgive myself. But by doing so, I've also installed within myself a governor on my behavior. A governor who is always at least trying to make sure that I remain worthy of that forgiveness. I don't think I could tolerate it if the governor was some other person or organization or religion or philosophy. My instant reaction to that would be one big fuck you. Saying fuck you to myself, on the other hand, is a different matter and definitely sets me to thinking. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't still misbehave anymore. On the contrary, I still habitually ... I don't fill in those dots. I still habitually something embarrassingly naughty. And I haven't completely stopped something even more embarrassingly naughty. And every once in a while, I even something I'd never discuss with strangers. But I no longer indulge in these things unduly. I no longer fall thoughtless into my actions, even when body chemistry is involved. This has resulted in a marked decline in such behavior, and that's good for my health, stability, and general well-being. However, that's only a byproduct of the real payoff. The real reward comes from the fact that the concept of control has ceased to be an issue altogether. Now I can reserve guilt for important things like being a year behind in the deadline for a book I've already been paid for. I hope this has been helpful, and I wish you the very best of luck in your life. Forgive yourself. I know everybody pays lip service, and it's the new agey sounding thing to do. But do it. Be serious about it. Be serious and lighthearted about it. It lifts a great burden, and it sort of sets you at square one for the year to come. While I've got the book open, and the book is Ask Babalon, okay? It's a book that's published by New Falcon Publications, and it's still in print. It's Ask Babalon. Answers to Questions of Life and Magic. Constance did the cover. I've got all the little cartoons in it. It's a bonbon, okay? And if you don't have it, many people do. Many people don't have this book. And the good folks at New Falcon and me would both appreciate it if more people had this book. Okay, it's in Amazon, I'm sure. I want to read this about the Holy Guardian Angel. What is the straightest path to the Holy Guardian Angel? And don't worry, it's short. Okay. What's the straightest path to the Holy Guardian Angel? Greetings, Babalon. I'm very interested in true will and my Holy Guardian Angel. I know there are paths to it, yet I'm interested in what you think is the straightest path. Is the philosophy, religion, thelema the best path for someone for whom finding his true will is all important? I've read the Book of the Law. I must be slow. I can't make heads or tails of it. Don't worry. Don't worry about you're not alone there. Every time I read it, I glean one insight, yet still end up being confused. Thanks. Name withheld. Dear name withheld. Good. I'd really be worried if you said you understood the Book of the Law. One insight per reading is really a good track record. Then I quote from the Book of the Law. Let him come through the first ordeal, and it will be to him as silver. Through the second, gold. Through the third, stones of precious water. Through the fourth, ultimate sparks of the intimate fire. That's from chapter 3. Knowledge and conversation of the Holy Guardian Angel is a level of consciousness. The straightest path to the HGA is devotion. If you can fall completely and helplessly in love with God, you are there. If this means you find yourself in a loincloth jumping up and down on a street corner blissfully singing Hare Krishna or Hare Crowley, then so be it. It won't matter to you because you and the beloved will be joined in ecstatic union. If, however, you feel in your heart of hearts, and that's where the Holy Guardian Angel lives, if you feel in your heart of hearts that you still have some mission to accomplish in this incarnation, before hopping on the train and taking the straightest path to Bliss Land, then you should start shopping around to see what your mission is, and customize your devotional quest for the angel in order to harmonize and manifest your life's mission or will. Thelema is just a path that recognizes the formula and dynamics of the quest as they generally manifest during this current phase of humanity's consciousness. Thelema provides a certain vocabulary of terms that describe universal concepts that could easily be labeled something else. But one does not have to adapt or embrace the thelemic terms in order to utilize the formulae. Am I making sense? Thelema is bigger than techniques and religious forms. You don't have to use the techniques and religious forms of Thelema, as you see them practiced today, in order to utilize the thelemic formula to discover and do your will, or gain knowledge and conversation of the Holy Guardian Angel, or cross the abyss, or dissolve into Godhead. Trust your instincts on this matter. Chances are your instincts are the voice of your HGA talking to you right now. Okay, and the reason that I kind of went off on that this morning is somehow someone shared a short little video, a black and white video, very dramatic. It seemed like it's from Europe. It seemed sort of dark but it was really well made, and it shows a kind of a tough looking guy with a serious look on his face, and he looks like he's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's walking down a crowded street. And he's being terrible to people. He meets or he bumps into a woman and pushes her aside, really rude. And she looks at him like, what the fuck is your problem? And then a television set falls out of a 3-story building that would have crashed right on her. Okay. But the video moves really fast, and then he walks down the street a little bit further, and a little boy is running out of a building onto the sidewalk, and he trips sticks his foot out and trips the little boy, and there's a close-up of the kid falling down. It looks like he really got hurt. Okay, looks like that really hurt him. Like he hit his chin on the sidewalk and everything. But then a truck just goes by and slams in. If he would have kept going, he would have been totally killed by that truck. And there's about 4 or 5 of those things. And this guy never looks like it always looks like he's crabbily doing it, but he's busy. He's busy saving people's lives back and forth, all with this attitude of an asshole on his face. And the title of the little video is Sometimes Your Guardian Angel Looks Like This. Well, sometimes your holy guardian angel looks like this, wherever you choose to look. I often say when I read tarot cards or throw the I Ching for somebody, that the answer, it doesn't come from the book or the oracle. The answer comes from the question. And if you really have a question, the answer is screaming at you everywhere. Well, I could expand on that thought and say knowledge and conversation of the Holy Guardian Angel is happening all around you, 24/7, right now. And it's just up to you to see it. Until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself, be good to each other. Do what thou wilt, shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.